Hey there guys, it's Tina and I am back! Do you like my sassy little tangerine turtleneck? I know, oh my god. Alright, so the weather is changing right now. It definitely feels like it's fall, like the evenings are cool and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit, like I really hate the cold weather. I want summer to last forever. But here we are, we're in a turtleneck, like a faux, like, listen, okay, I think this is such a beautiful turtleneck. Anyway, neither here nor there, alright? It is time for another episode in our brand dating series that you guys have really been enjoying and I've been enjoying filming as well. And you guys have given great suggestions in the comments, so keep them coming. I'm definitely keeping them in mind for future videos. And I think I'm gonna do a spin-off of this series where we focus on actual individual products rather than like the overall brand. And I think that will be a good, fun way to like keep this series going and having a good time, because I've really been enjoying these and you guys seem to have enjoyed them as well. Now in this episode we are going to talk about the brands that I have ghosted. Bye, boo, no more Caspered, okay? These brands are brands that I used to check for, like I used to hang out, we used to do things. They could call me, I'd answer my phone. Like I'm not the kind of person that answers the phone really, like they're very specific people I talk to, but these are brands like I would pick up. I'd be like, hi. And it is literally so dark out there and I'm like looking through the open door and I'm like, I'm gonna spook myself and fall. You see what my chair is doing right now? My chair, this is foolishness. But anyway, these are brands that I'm no longer interested in. Like they're no longer an integral part of my makeup life. They used to be, but no longer. Like I've conveniently gotten a new phone, so it's like new phone, who this, I don't know who this is. Like I blocked them on Insta. Well, I haven't actually blocked them on Instagram, but you know what I mean. Have you ever ghosted someone, or have you ever been ghosted? I've experienced ghosting, but it was like mutual, so it didn't matter. But I recently experienced my first ghosting where I was like, I ain't even do nothing, what the hell? And I'm like literally over here like, you blocked my number. Like in 2020 we are blocking people's numbers. Like I am 37 and this guy was 40, and like what are we doing here? Is this what I didn't even do nothing? Like I literally didn't do nothing. Next thing I know I'm blocked. What? I think he was scared that I'm Jamaican and I would have gone ballistic, but it's like it wasn't even serious. Like what are you talking about? Like whatever. But anyhow, these are brands that I have ghosted. So let's get right into it. First up on the shopping block, may not come as a surprise to you guys, ColourPop. Yes, ColourPop. Miss always in your business, always got a call, always got to see what you doing, always got a new release, like hey, come buy this. Listen, ColourPop, every few days there's a new release and they're posting memes trying to make it funny because people say they release too much. Like, it's not cute, it's not funny. ColourPop is the really annoying person that is always calling you. And if they call you 3 times back to back. If you don't answer your phone, they leave a voicemail and then they text you. And if you don't respond to the text, they keep texting. Then they're gonna DM you on Instagram, DM you on Twitter, subtweet you, and then follow up on Facebook and LinkedIn. Like that's the level of stalkerish that ColourPop is. I cannot keep up. I don't want to keep up. Like I'm so over them. I love their single eyeshadows. Like I love them. Their lippy sticks were fun for a minute, but then they kept releasing these 9-pan palettes, and I get it. Like it's your thing. Like, but do you have to keep releasing them? Oh my god, do I need another peach palette? What is wrong with you? Then they have a spin-off brand and it's like, oh Jesus have mercy. They have Fourth Ray Beauty and that's their new like, oh, you know, lightweight foundation brand. And then they have, what's the other brand where they have like listen, I cannot keep up. I don't want to keep up. I can't be bothered. I have stopped buying from them. I can't remember the last time I bought something from ColourPop. I don't even have their palettes anymore because I've gotten rid of all of them because they have the little pans in them, and then they were releasing glitters in every freaking palette. I was just over it. I was done. I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, no, not doing it. I don't even go on their websites anymore. When I see that they have a new release and I see that it's ColourPop, I just swipe past. Like everything looks the same and I'm done. They're not for me anymore, all right? Somebody else can love them, but no, I'm Bye. Next up is a brand that I had an affair with for years. I love them so much. They're a classic brand. Like, they were so sexy and sophisticated, but they had a little edge to them, and I love them. That is NARS Cosmetics. Woo! Girl, the black packaging? What? Excuse me? With the orgasm blush? NARS is a classic, okay? She's like a cougar brand. She's older, but she's still sexy. You know what I mean? That black packaging, sexy. Even their redone packaging, sexy, sleek, simple, luxury, but not too like uptight at all. Like, she still knows to put on her stilettos and get down with the girls. That kind of brand. I mean, with names like Orgasm and Deep Throat, she got a little edge to her, right? But the price point keeps it at a certain level. And I used to love NARS, like their Sheer Glow foundation. That was my ultimate foundation. Love it. Laguna Bronzer, come on. Their eyeshadow China Blue is still one of my all-time favorite eyeshadows, okay? And after a while, they just faded away in the background to me. Their releases have not been that interesting. The palettes that they're coming out with just look same to me. They do face palettes and highlighter palettes, and I'm like, I don't care anymore. I really don't care. And I didn't even realize that I was ghosting them until I looked back and I'm like, when was the last time NARS released something? Like, when was the last time you got something from NARS? And I realized that the last time I got something was the their highlighter palette. You know, that Bord de France, the plug, you know, the one I can't pronounce in French. That was the last time I got something from NARS. I can't remember the last time I got eyeshadows, a palette. Nothing intrigues me. And they have been doing orgasm after orgasm, double orgasm, triple orgasm. Like, it's all... I'm orgasmed out, and I never thought I would say such a thing. Like, who would be tired of orgasms? But child, the ones that NARS are giving me, I'm just like, I don't even want, like, I don't want it. Like, stop touching me. I don't want to play this game anymore. So I have ghosted NARS because they're boring to me now, and they're not coming out with anything exciting, and indie brands have my heart, and I'm just like, get away, so blocked. Next up is a brand that kind of ghosted me first, and I was like, excuse me, how dare you, first of all, right? You're rude. Illamasqua. Do you guys remember Illamasqua? They're still around. Don't worry, they're still around. They have been taken out of Sephora stores. They used to be at Sephora. Oh my god, I used to love going in store and swatching their eyeshadows. Oh, their matte eyeshadows were loves of mine. Their loose pigments, like everything they came out with, I was like so intrigued because they were one of those brands that were in Sephora that were doing colors, bold colors, and in mattes, and I was like, oh, all over. Like, they were exciting, they were artistic, they were doing the damn thing, right? So much so that when they withdrew from Sephora and withdrew from the United States altogether, because they used to be in Bloomingdale's too, well, the Bloomingdale's I went to, they just went ghost on me, and I was like, oh, how dare you? But, you know, I found them again. Like, I'm online and I'm like, all right, let me order something. And then the intrigue wore off and I ghosted them too. I was like, I'm doing it back to you now. What? Buh. But that was so stupid just now. But you know what I'm saying? I'm like, na boo boo. I'm doing it back to you. And Illamasqua, what happened? What happened? I even went and checked out their website recently just to see, and they're still doing the same old packaging. Like, haven't they upgraded with the times? I don't know. Like, maybe that was it. They were always edgy, so now all the other brands are catching up to them. I don't know, but I haven't checked for Illamasqua in years at this point, for real. Like, the last thing I got, I remember, was a highlighter, and I think that was the last time I checked in on them just to see what they were doing. The highlighter, beautiful, and you would think that would intrigue me. You know, like that last time you get together with somebody and you're like, oh, it was so good, maybe you should go back, but you never really go back. So was it really that good? But it was that good, you know. But you're like, all right, I'll just take this last memory with me and just, that's it. Yeah, that's what happened with me and Illamasqua. So Illamasqua is Ghost. Ooh, this one, you guys, are you gonna guess this one? Okay, so this is a brand that I did so many videos about because one of their products like took the market by storm, and a lot of other brands have since started to copy them and try to do the same thing that they've done, and they kind of have their own orgasm spin-off where they just keep trying to milk this one shade. Stila. Oh my god. Stila and that damn kitten eyeshadow. Oh my god, can they stop? They have the kitten eyeshadow, which is the signature. They have the kitten highlighter. They have the kitten liquid eyeshadow. They have the kitten this. What the hell is with you and kitten? Could you stop? That damn kitten hasn't become a cat yet. Like, come on. Like, what the hell is going on? I cannot with Stila anymore. I went berserk over their glitter and glows. Oh my god, it was so good. So flipping good. And they expanded the shades and they got jewel tones. You couldn't tell me nothing. Then they got the liquid eyeshadows. I was even in it when they were doing the liquid eyeshadows. I was all over it. And then they faded away into the abyss. They have not released anything interesting in years for me. And beyond like the glitter and glow, like, I haven't been interested in their eyeshadow palettes or anything. Like, their eyeshadows are fine. Like, I originally started out with Stila single eyeshadows. Black Dahlia is still one of my favorite shades. I hunted that guy down, okay? Because I'd gotten rid of it and I hunted it down on eBay. I was so upset that it was discontinued. So their single eyeshadows were so great. They were expensive as hell, which is why they probably did away with them. But they still did a great eyeshadow formula. But something about their palettes just, it doesn't draw me in anymore. I remember when they did those windows are the eyes to the soul, whatever, those windows palettes, which was the eyes, the soul, the spirit, and all the things, okay? I love those palettes. And they had released another like all matte one, and I think that's the last palette I got from them was the all matte one. And then after that I was like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I wasting my time on Stila? They have not been innovative in such a long time. Like, what are they doing? Why don't they just go somewhere? And they released a new kitten eyeshadow. I was just scrolling through Ulta and there's a kitten like new formulation. I'm gonna show you what this foolishness is. Let me look it up. It's called the Kaleidoscope eyeshadow. It's $18. So it's cheaper than their single eyeshadows used to be. And it says here, the Stila Kaleidoscope eyeshadow is a luxe eyeshadow in a richly pigmented and velvety soft prismatic shade. And what do they say after that? Stila debuts its cult classic kitten eyeshadow reimagined as a prismatic jewel. Are you serious? Are you serious? Kitten again. Kitten. You see what? You know what? No, maybe I'm more into dogs. I cannot. No, I can't do it. Stila has been ghosted. We're done. Through. Bye. Alright, so this next brand I also really loved, and it's an OG brand, and I started out with this brand as well. Like, their nude eyeshadow is the one that I used to use as my transition shade on my blog. Like, that nude eyeshadow, perfect. So Smashbox. Oh, Smashbox. What happened? What happened, Smashbox? They tried to redo that freaking primer so much that it just got played out, okay? They're trying to keep up with the girls and they're just not able to. I have not checked in on Smashbox in such a long time. I think the last thing I got from them was that full coverage foundation that I couldn't find my right shade in, and it just, I heard such great things about it that I tried it out, and then I was like, you know what? I was reminded of why I stopped buying Smashbox. And it's not that they don't have great products, it's just that they're outdated now, right? Like, what are you doing? Like, I even got all of those little, are they 6-pan eyeshadow palettes or quins? But you know the little palettes, the cover shot palettes? I collected the majority of those, right? And it came down to this tropical one where they had the yellow in there, and I was like, ah. And I got that stupid palette, and what a freaking flop. I was like, really? No. Another example of doing too much with the same concept and then just flopping. You did too much. You tried too much. You played it into the ground and it's no longer exciting. And so, you know, I was like, time to move on. I just don't want to do it anymore. It's been great. Like, we had some good times. And some of you guys may even remember when I was die hard for their liquid lipsticks. I couldn't recommend their liquid lipsticks enough. It was such a great formula until I realized that these little suckers dry out so fast. And they get this really dry powdery finish. You can't do anything with them. And I'm like, what the heck is this? And they're expensive and they change so quickly. So like, my initial ones were fine for a long time, and then I got a couple of new shades and I was like, wait a minute, why are they so dry within like 2-3 months? Are you kidding me? So that turned me off the brand for a bit, but I still like dabbled like here or there. But I think that was the turning point. After that, I'm just like, I don't care. And I was on their PR list for a while too, so I would still get things from them and I'd still be in the know, but then they took me off the list, and so I never got any new products, and then I myself didn't go check out the brand anyway. So it's like they faded into the background and I ghosted them without even realizing that I ghosted them. So yeah, we ghosted Smashbox. Oh, this one, some of you guys have probably ghosted this brand too, because I don't know what they're doing. Okay, LORAC. Do you guys remember LORAC? What happened to I know they're still around somewhere, but what happened with LORAC? They're out of Ulta now, right? I don't think they're at Ulta anymore. Let me check. No, they're still there, and they still have the same damn products that they had from before. That contour palette is still there. The unzipped palette is still there. The pro palette, it's saying online only though, like everything is online only. What is going on? What is going on with LORAC? So they went to online only at Ulta? Listen, LORAC was killing the game back in the day. That initial pro palette set the makeup world on fire. They had a full matte row and a full shimmer row of coordinating shades. No one had ever seen it. It had never been done. Like, apart from Urban Decay and their Naked palettes, this had never been done. Everybody died for that pro palette. And those unzipped palettes, they're still some of my favorite neutral palettes. Like, the selection is so good, the formulation was so great. I was collecting the Mega Pro 1, 2, 3, 4 until they overdid it. They overplayed their hand and they got so boring. But their last pro palette that I got was so bleached out and beige that I'm like, why am I wasting my time on this ashiness? What is this? What is this nonsense? Like, they went from Pro Palette 1 and 2, where there was a pop of blue, to like the most boring beige grayish eyeshadows ever. And I was just like, yep, they're not for me anymore, obviously. So I just kept it pushing, and they haven't released anything at this point in years that I've been interested. I'm talking about years, like literally like 2, 3, 4 years I haven't checked for LORAC. Can't remember the last thing I bought from LORAC. It's so long ago. They still have some die-hard favorites, and the fact that they are no longer in Ulta stores, they're online only, and they went to Kohl's, it's like it cheapened the brand, and I think a lot of people just lost interest. And I don't know, are they still trying to come around? I don't know, like certain brands are just like, what are you doing? I don't, just go away, just stop, just bye. Oh my god, I have to talk about this one. So this brand was also in my early makeup life. Like, they were a part of my life early on. I got like those big holiday palettes. I would collect their blush palettes. I've been to a couple of their events. Like, they were like an intricate part of my life until like they became again beige and boring. Tarte Cosmetics. Tarte. Ah, Tarte. Oh my god, poor Tarte. So the last thing I got from Tarte, I do believe they did like a, was it the Wild and Free palette? It was some kind of palette like that. That's the last one I picked up because I saw it in store. I swatched it. I wasn't checking for them before this, but I swatched that palette in store and the formulation was so good. And then I got home and I still haven't even used the palette. So why did I get it? Just curiosity, like nostalgia. Like, again, you go back and you check them out and then you're like, oh yeah, I remember now. The last great products that I tried from them are their little pot eyeshadows. What are they called? I don't remember, but those are really nice. Like, those are really nice eyeshadows, and I really do like them. But apart from that, nothing else. Like, nothing else is pulling me in after that fiasco with the foundation release, which was just tragic, okay? Everybody was on their ass about releasing 50 Shades of Beige, but it's like all their other foundations were kind of 50 Shades of Beige anyway. And they never quite recovered because that was coming off the success of Shape Tape, Tape Shape. And they even changed the name, didn't they? But yeah, Shape Tape Concealer was everybody's favorite for such a long time when people were doing like full coverage, like heavy, just cake it on. And then since then, it's just, it hasn't been the same. That foundation really failed them, and I don't think they've been able to recover since then. And I know they can make great products, and that's the thing, like, they make decent products, but it's like, I don't care anymore. Like, I do not care to find out about anything that they have going on over there at Tarte. They released like the Aspen palette, the whatever, that little beige palette. A lot of people love it, and I'm like, that wasn't for me. So I feel like they have become like a Jim Crow brand, and I'm like, you're not here for me, right? It's not okay. I'm gonna see myself out because I cannot. So Tarte, yeah, sorry baby, you gotta go. Ooh, this one I think a lot of you guys are gonna agree with me on too. bareMinerals. bareMinerals. Have you guys used bareMinerals in years? You probably haven't, right? bareMinerals started out with that mineral foundation that you would buff and swirl and buff. Do you remember that infomercial? Swirl it, buff it. What? Oh my god, I'm so old. Okay, so with bareMinerals, I think the last things I got from them were their little latte palettes. So they had like a chai, no, was it chai? Yeah, I think it was like a chai latte and another latte, and like the coffee looking palettes, like those were cute. Okay, I really did like those. They swatch really well, they work really well, but they haven't really been on my radar in a while. I know I'm playing with a brush, but these brushes are so soft. Oh my god. So with bareMinerals, I know they did like a highlighter collection recently. Did they? I don't even know. The lip glosses, the Gen Nude lip glosses, I remember those. The Gen Nude lip glosses, I think, was my final hurrah with them. Those were cute, but like nothing else is really like doing it for me. Like the eyeshadow palettes, boring. The blushes, boring. The bronzers, boring. The highlights, boring. And it's not for me, but I know there's an audience for it. Like those people that like a natural look, like they're not trying to go heavy, they're not trying to do the most. And you know what? They're staying in their lane and they're staying true to their customer base, and I can appreciate that, but I don't need to involve myself in it. You're obviously not here for me, so yeah, we can just bye to bareMinerals. And the final brand is one that makes me a little bit sad, because I was in love with this brand for such a long time, and I know that they still have great quality products, and I know a lot of people rave about some of their recent releases and love their new products, but nothing that they've released really speak to me. And the price point, I'm just, no, I can't spend the kind of money that they're asking anymore for the products that I'm getting. I know they're good quality, but it's like something about it just doesn't sit well with my soul. Hourglass. Hourglass. Ooh, their ambient lighting products. Stunning. Like the finish of that powder, they were ahead of their time, child. Like they gave you that all over lit from within glow, that natural glow. Oh, loving it. And they've come out with fun products. I've seen people review them and I'm like, oh, that's cute, but like to me they never changed. They never did anything different. Like it was always about those kinds of products, like the ambient lighting products and the ambient lighting palette and the blush edit palette. And then they recently came out, I think they came out with a finishing powder and like a new shade of blush that's a little bit deeper. But it's 2020. Now is when you want to come out with something deeper. I don't even think their bronzers have gotten any deeper. So it's like you're not changing with the times. You're not doing it. And that price point though, what are you doing? What are you doing? The brow pencil I've heard great things about, and I keep seeing it in store. I even saw a mini and I was like, all right, maybe I should try it. And I'm still just like, I can't be bothered. Didn't they release like a mascara as well and like a spray and a primer? I know about these things, but do I? I kind of in the back of my head know about these things, but then I'm like, do I even care? Like, I don't care enough to go and look. I don't care enough to keep up. I don't care enough to go check them out online. Like, I really don't care. Like, I was just like, whatever, do your thing. I know you're probably doing great things, but I personally don't care anymore. I just do not care at all. And that's it. Like, I've gotten it off my chest. I feel a lot better now that I've gotten it out there. I've cleared the air. I've ghosted these brands. I've ghosted them, and I'm admitting it. I don't really believe in ghosting. I think you should be an adult and like tell them what they did wrong. But these brands didn't even really do anything wrong. They just started to bore me and I didn't want to do it anymore. Like, it's as simple as that. It wasn't a breakup because they didn't do anything to me that made me say, you know what, get away from me. I don't want to talk anymore. No, I literally just phased them out. Like, they were just like, oh, they were here one day and then tomorrow I'm like, oh, what, who? Right. So I ghosted them so easily. I'm not looking back and I don't care. Maybe I might look back. Do I want to look back? I don't think so. Maybe NARS and Hourglass might get a second take, but I really haven't looked back at these brands and I'm not interested. Like, I'm really not interested in seeing what they're doing anymore. Like, I really have gotten over them. You tell me the brands that you have ghosted and why. Like, what brands just no longer interest you and you just pushed them to the side and just forgotten about them? Tell me in the comments down below, and we're gonna keep this series going. We have a few more coming up, so don't worry about that. And like I said, I'm gonna do a spin-off where I do specific products. So not just overall brands, we're gonna really get down to the nitty-gritty and identify actual products. So stay tuned for that. And if you have been enjoying this series, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, leave me a comment, favorite, subscribe, all that good stuff, so you can keep up with the rest of this series and with the rest of the content that I've been uploading. Like, I've been having fun. I've been doing my own thing though, so maybe there's some videos that you're not interested in, but I'm still so happy that you're here. I appreciate the support, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave links to my non-PC Instagram and Twitter page where you can follow me along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye guys.